What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lone Star College Football. Today, we are here with our Locks Pod. Got Logan with us today, and we're going to run through our biggest uh, picks of the week. Last week, I had a bad week, so I went 3-8 last week. Now, hang on. Before we start talking mess, I'm 38-46. That puts me at 8 games back, but I was 5 games back just last week, so it looks bad. It's not as bad as it is. There's enough weeks in the season. I can still pull this together if I clutch up for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Logan, what are you thinking?
man. Nope. Last week I went 5-7. That's put me at 41-43 on the season. I had a lot of close games last week. That was right there on the edge of me getting some losses, but thankfully I got some wins. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just go ahead and jump us into your first game of the week?
First game is Kansas at Baylor. Kansas had the past 2 weeks of losses, so they're no longer ranked. Baylor is a 8-point favorite right now, and the over/under is set at 58. And with those, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the Bears on that one. I feel like this would be an explosive offensive game. We're gonna get into that on our pregame that we're gonna post here. And the over/under on this one, I took the over. I don't think these defenses are great, but I think it'll be a fun, high-flying game.
Yeah. So this is one of our Big Six games, so we both have it, and I'm kind of torn between. You said Blake Shapen isn't playing. It's gonna be Kyron Drone.
It's kind of one of those things that we still don't know for sure. At this,
Don't know for sure.
yeah,
We know Daniels probably isn't playing, so it's going to be Kansas' backup quarterback. I think it being in Waco is what gives me the confidence to say I am going to rock with the Bears on this one as well.
sickle.
And I do have the over under for that, and I picked the over as well on with a 58 points.
All right,
So,
well, I'm going to discuss that one, but I'm going to go ahead and move it over to Duke at Miami. Miami is 9-point favorites. Whenever I first took my notes, it was that Miami being an 8-point favorite, but now it's at 9. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one to the Blue Devils. Hurricanes aren't playing great football this year. Not bad, but I think Duke is a pretty solid team. Christian, what do you think on this one?
Man, yeah, the line is moving in a way that really benefits us because I'm also rocking with Duke, and actually I have this game at 9.5.
Really?
Which is even better because I'm rocking with the Blue Devils as well. I think
Okay.
Miami's not bad. I think Miami is the more talented team, but they kind of fell flat against the Aggies. I haven't really felt like they picked up much moving forward after that game. So I'm rocking with the Blue Devils. I wouldn't say if the spread on this game was 6.5, I'd probably rock the other way.
Yeah.
Just that 10-point buffer gives me some hope.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not going to say Duke's going to win this game, but I feel like they could. It just depends on what Miami team shows up. I think it'll be a good game, though.
yeah. I'll get us into the next game, which is number 7, Ole Miss at LSU. It's a weird line on this game, dude. LSU being a 2-point favorite. I get it's a home game, but LSU's unranked. Ole Miss is number 7. They're rocking and rolling. Ole Miss is, I don't think they've lost yet. They're undefeated. LSU at -2. The odds maker have to know something we don't, but I can only make picks off what I know, and I'm rocking with the Rebels.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't think LSU's playing great this year. With it being in Baton Rouge, that makes it a little bit better for LSU, but I don't think that puts them as a favorite. So what the odds makers are saying is that if this game was at Ole Miss, it'd only be a 1-point spread towards Ole Miss, and I just think the Rebels are going to come in and demolish the Tigers this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go with the Rebels on that one as well. I'll move us into Number 9, UCLA at number 10, Oregon. Oregon is a 6-point favorite. UCLA is looking really good this year. Oregon kind of fell flat at that first game against Georgia in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But me personally, I think I'm going to rock with the Bruins on this one. I think that's a team that's came out and surprised me this year for sure.
Yeah, I was actually thinking you were gonna go with Oregon. We've had the same pick so far, and I'm rocking with the Bruins as well. They beat UCLA or they beat Utah, and Utah just beat USC. I don't think I can justify picking against UCLA. I will say being a home game for Oregon matters. Bo Nix does not travel well.
Yeah,
If this was a road game, I would take UCLA way easier. Like
yeah.
it could be UCLA minus 6.5, and I'd still pick the Bruins. But we could both be wrong on this one pretty easily. I
I
think.
think Oregon's running back room is really good. I'm not sure how UCLA's run defense is. But I know that they got
Yeah.
some for the Ducks that are really good.
I just know Bo Nix now. Bo Nix is playing way better than he was to start the season.
Oh,
12
for sure.
touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But UCLA's Thompson Roberts, I think is his last name, 15 and 2 picks. Um, Running back, I mean, he's got almost 200 yards more rushing and 4 more rushing touchdowns for Charbonnet. So I like the run game. Give me the Bruins. I'll
Sir.
jump us into the next one. Is
Okay.
number 20 Texas at number 11 Oklahoma State. Here's my thing, guys. I'm kind of torn. First of all, there's a chance that Spencer Sanders doesn't play.
Yep.
Um, and I don't want to turn this into our pregame show, but with the spread right now, it's Texas like 6.5. We kind of pick our spreads based on when we made our picks what they were, and then we'll
Yeah.
pick a different number if it benefits us. We had this game at Texas -4,
Which is the opening line.
which is the opening line. Yeah, I had Oklahoma State for this game. I picked Oklahoma State for this game for at first, but I've been doing some research. I listened to Texas Homer, and I put on my burnt orange glasses. Here's the thing: their best defensive players are on the edge. Our best offensive linemen are on the edge.
Yeah.
If we can neutralize that, Oklahoma State gives up the most passing yards in the Big 12. We have we have a good quarterback. We have great receivers and a great run offense. Give me the Longhorns.
Man, I can't agree more. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about in this game is Twin Ewers going to state. That's my only problem. Is going to still. I know those fans are crazy over there, but it's the Big 12. Anything can happen in the Big 12. So I'm confident, but I'm not at the same time. I'm going with the Longhorns on this one.
All right. All right.
All right.
Hey,
So I'm gonna
you.
jump into my first non-Big Six game on this one, and that is number 14 Syracuse at number 5 Clemson. Clemson is 13.5-point favorites right now, and I'm gonna roll with the Fighting Orange on this one. Their run game is crazy. I picked against them last week, and I was proven wrong very heavily. But yeah, on this one.
Man, I'm trying to figure out if I want to fight you. The problem is Clemson has not really been. I mean, they blew out Boston College. They beat NC State by 10. They only beat Wake Forest by 11, 20. Yeah, I don't think I can fight you on this one. I didn't have that game, so I
There you
think
go.
you could be right. Put you on your next one.
All right, number 21 Cincinnati at SMU. Cincinnati is a 3-point favorite. It's at SMU, so it makes sense that Cincinnati's only a 3-point favorite. But then again, it's Cincinnati at SMU. I'm working with the Bearcats on this one. I'm, I don't I don't think the Mustangs defense didn't have much for the Bearcat offense. think you muted yourself.
I was just saying that I don't have that game, so I'll put you on your next. Go ahead.
So this one, man, this one's kind of iffy for me. All right, so number 24, Mississippi State at number 6, Bama. Tennessee gave Bama their first loss of the season, what should have been probably their third, in my opinion. Not going to get too much into that one. Hook 'em. But if Mississippi State can expose this weak, I don't want to say weak. The weakest link on this Bama team is their secondary. From what I've seen, they are penalty plagued. They're not very aware of how they need to cover the ball when it's in the air. For that reason, I think that defensive penalties is going to kill Alabama. I'm going to rock with Mississippi State on this one.
Yeah, it's another one that you picked that I didn't. I almost picked that game, and I was also going to go with Mississippi State. I think honestly, Bama against almost anybody, 21.5 is too much
Yeah.
for me to take.
Yeah, this year they should have 3 losses. Like if Quinn Ewers was healthy the whole game, Texas probably would have rolled Bama. I don't think their secondary can keep up with Sanders and Worthy.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they could have kept up with them the whole game. They didn't do it in the first quarter. But moving on to my next one, UNLV at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 26.5-point favorite. I don't think the Fighting Irish have been as good as they're supposed to be this year. Now they're doing a lot better than how they started off, but I don't think they're going to be able to cover almost a 30-point spread. I know that UNLV is not very good, so I'm not trying to say Notre Dame is terrible. They're kind of good this year, but I'm going to give it to UNLV. I think they'll be able to go into Notre Dame, and they're going to try to make it a close game. It's going to be a little bit more respectful than what people think. But that brings me to my you got something to say on that one?
No, I was just trying to find the game cast for it. To let y'all know what this game means in college football, it's being streamed on Peacock.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Nobody's going to even be watching this game. And UNLV, they won't win, but I don't think Notre Dame will cover that. I'll take the next one because I actually did pick that game.
Yeah.
So we got Houston at Navy. Houston is a 3-point favorite with the over/under set at 53. I've picked Houston to win this game. I was looking at it. Navy's going to run the ball. I think that's going to keep them not a surprise at all. I think that's going to keep them relatively in the game. But I think Houston should be able to just out-talent Navy, in my opinion. And with that being said, with the over-under at 53, so I'm picking Houston to cover. But with the over-under at 53, I've got to take the under on that. I don't think there's anywhere near 53 points scored in this game.
No. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I did not take the over-under on this one because I'm at 11 games already. I'm not going to fight you on it either because it's Navy. And like you said, I know that they run the ball. But I did take Houston as to cover the spread. I think that the Cougars are going to be able to go in there. I think they're going to beat Navy pretty handily. But yeah, if I did pick the over/under, I'd take the under for sure.
Yeah. I've got two more, so I'll get into them real quick. I've got Minnesota at number 16, Penn State. Penn State ended up falling pretty flat last week. They at first they were actually hanging with Michigan for a while. I was kind of impressed. I didn't know if they were gonna be able to keep that up all the game. They were not. I'm trying to get these stats up here real quick. For this game, there we go. So this actually has it at Penn State -4 right now, which is the number I'm going to take because I'm rocking with Penn State. Minnesota's 4-2. They've actually been playing pretty decent ball. Their running back has 9 touchdowns. and almost 700 yards. But their quarterback, 7 touchdowns for 5 interceptions. Give me Sean Clifford and the Penn State Nittany Lions. And then to go with my last game of the week, we have Iowa at not Iowa State. No,
I was about to say,
we have Iowa at number 2.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy spread on
And
that, too.
boom. We have Iowa at number 2, Ohio State with goodness gracious, I'm blind today. So that also shows Iowa at 29.5. No, it's Ohio State minus 29.5. I don't know what I was thinking when I was typing that one. I think that's a big spread for considering Iowa, as bad as they are on offense, as terrible as they are on offense. Their defense is stout, and they even managed to score 14 points against Michigan. So uh, I'm really hoping that Ohio State, they'll probably will score 30 or 35 points. All I need is a touchdown from Iowa. That's it, just one or 2 field goals will do it. If they score 35 and Iowa kicks 2 field goals, guess what? That's 29 points. I can live with that. So I'm going to rock with Iowa against the spread. And I also have the over under on that game at 49.5. So listen to me again. If Ohio State scores 35, Iowa can score up to 14 points, which they won't, but they could, and we'd still hit the under at 49, which
They're going to
means
get 3 safety.
No, they're not. They're not going to do it. So I'm going to rock the under on that as well, and that wraps up my picks for this video.
Yeah.
So once again, just a refresher. Logan with 5-7 last week, 41-43, just under 500 on the season, and I was 3-8. I'm 8 games back. By no means am I out of it. 3 weeks ago, I was up on Logan by like 3 or 4 games.
You're only 3 games behind me, so it looks a lot worse than what it actually is.
Yeah, we can both improve a lot, and honestly, we could both be doing a lot worse. So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not even mad at it. I would have guessed by right now 70, 80. I've made 84 picks this season. If I had to tell you how many, I'd have probably guessed I only won like 25 of those. So
that's what I was thinking about 24.
Yeah. So if y'all made it this far, we appreciate y'all. Do us a favor, like the video, drop us a comment, and leave us some information on what y'all want to see. What do y'all want us to do? Logan's got our ads here. These are on Twitter and also on TikTok. We're on TikTok now. We're doing pretty well over there. So y'all check those out and subscribe to our channel. Appreciate y'all rocking with us.